hello. I'm returning to Monster Generations. I need to finish that game. I need to like play all the story quests, which I think with my gear I can get through the game pretty well, given the fact that it's not gonna be super hard to do. Given the fact it's not going to be super hard to do. Let me do something real quick with XR Animator. A little weird for a second, but... Okay, there we go. It's much better now. I had to like re-collaborate it. You know, give it a second to kind of do what it's got to do. So there was a situation, and I had became increasingly pissed off because of this. Because I'm more or less just mad at myself because I didn't update my address for a year on Throne, and I put a Throne link for a washer and dryer that I need. Like, I absolutely need this. I put a Throne link for a washer and dryer, and the main problem was it's gonna go to an address I had like 2 years ago. So I'm hoping Throne can rectify this. If I pull up Throne, I can show you what's going on. I can't show you the address, I'm not doxing myself. But I'm not sure if I'm even going to get this. Like, I'm not sure if I'm even going to get this at all. That's the thing that pisses me off about it all. Let's start reading into their stuff. And the main issue that I'm having... Make sure this is... Sure this is like movable. The main issue I'm having is this was being ordered, right? Apparently it was ordered, but the problem is it's going to be ordered to an address I don't have access to. So I can either hope the person who bought this can refund and do a chargeback on it. That way it doesn't get shipped to that address. Or if Throne can go ahead and just redirect the address to my current one. I've already put in support tickets. I've already tried to reach out to FedEx and Amazon Logistics for this. Apparently the dryer is going to be delivered to that address tomorrow. Nothing I can really do about that. It's very unfortunate because I thought I updated the information, and then I looked and I was like, oh shit, this is the wrong address. So I updated it, but I'm not going to get it. Thank you for doing this, Anonymous. I really do appreciate this. It's my fault that it's going to be sent to the wrong address. But if you do see this, you see this video, or you see the live stream, depending on how you've seen me and stuff. If you do see it, you know, maybe see if you can reach out to Throne, maybe see what they can do. Hopefully I'll get an answer within like 3 to 5 business days. If they don't happen to do that, I might have to have them like charge it back, or have them refund it, or have them just simply send it to my place if they're able to do that. Because right now I just don't have the means to wash my clothes right now because of the situation I'm in. And this is still infinitely better than going to a laundromat, because I can do it at home. That's the unfortunate thing that happened. I think if I like were to click on it, it's not going to show my address. But the order details are going to be here, shipping address, you know, all that stuff. But this was shipped. And apparently it's being shipped tomorrow. Well, this one's being shipped on Monday. This one's being shipped tomorrow. Hopefully Throne can go ahead and rectify this problem, because I definitely need it. Now, if this can't be done, and I'm absolutely fucked, I'd say just charge it back. Bathtub and washboard time partner, yeah. I wish. Yeah, I mean... what's up, Hypno? So, yeah, the problem that I'm having is... this was sent to the wrong... this is going to be sent to the wrong address. And I've reached out to Throne Support. And I've been reaching out to Amazon. I reached out to FedEx. Basically, the places that are going to be, like, delivering it. And the problem is... I either can't get a hold of somebody at this time of day... or... they just don't know what I'm talking about. I tried to get a hold of Amazon Logistics and they still didn't like connect me with anybody. So hopefully I can connect with somebody tomorrow morning or sometime later on if FedEx is even open. So I need to make sure that they send it to the right address, because I can't have them send it to an old ass address that I had like 2 years ago, because it's my fault for not updating it on Throne. Now if all else fails, I would recommend maybe contacting Throne, see if they can refund it or see if they can resend it to the right address. Because basically Throne is the one that ordered this, so they're the only ones that can like realistically change the address and get it sent to the right place. But once it's being delivered, that's also going to be an issue, because I'm going to have issues trying to get this. It's probably going to take a little bit longer for me to get it now, given my incompetence and the fact that I didn't check, which is on me. But damn, I was fucking pissed. I was like, oh wow, this is cool. I really do appreciate it. And I go to check the address and I'm like, oh my god. Like, oh my god. Maybe an extra week, possibly, but like, I have clothes, I guess. It just kind of like, definitely made me lose my mind. I didn't really like all that of an issue. It could take maybe an extra week, or the other alternative is it gets sent back to the facilities and the person gets refunded, and hopefully somebody can just pay me out for it, because I have these listed as payouts, because I'm not even sure if I'm even gonna get them, right? I'm not even sure that if I'm even gonna get it. Somebody else could like claim the items and they say that they're me. Hopefully they go, oh, this is not mine, they send it back. If they do that, then there's gonna be a refund either way. Since I might be kind of fucked for a little bit now, because yeah, not good. I do have clothes, but I still have to wash quite a few of them. So that's gonna be an interesting day whenever I get these, if I get them. What is Throne? Throne is a wishlist platform where people can go and click on your wish list and either contribute to a donation or be able to donate and have the items sent out to you. My dumbass ended up not updating the address because I didn't think about this for a while, and it would just end up going to the wrong address. So now this and this are gonna go to an old ass address I had 2 years ago. Before I went to the prior address, before the one that I'm currently at now. Throne is a gifting platform, basically. You put things on there and then people can gift you stuff. They don't have to, of course, but if they want to, they can. But my problem was I didn't update my address. So yeah, it's gonna take me a little bit to get this. Hopefully I get it either way, because if I do get it, worst case scenario, I do happen to get this in the mail and somebody happens to also donate to either the Ko-Fi or here for this stuff, and then I just send them back the money for that, depending on what they feel about it. But this is basically just what it is. It's just, I'm just fucking pissed. I was losing my goddamn mind. Like on Twitter, I was even losing my mind. It's so stupid. I was, yeah. Like even on Twitter, I was losing my mind. Like I legit crashed out. I was screaming and yelling and shit. Like I can't believe I didn't update the address. Like, you use Zen? Yes, I do. I do use Zen. Like I couldn't even believe I didn't update the address, and it was very not good. It's very not good, and it was basically an issue. Now it's gonna be a little bit of an issue trying to even get it now. Hopefully FedEx calls me back. Hopefully FedEx calls me back. Hopefully Throne gets in contact with me. Hopefully I get the emails responded to pretty soon, rather than a bot, so I can get my washer and dryer. Because I need them. Like, after a while, I'm gonna be fucked. No more it's gonna be like, no more clothes. And I'll be like, all right, well, what do I do now? Hand wash my shit and then just kind of hope I have, you know, either the money for it or wait until it gets here. Like, this was like the best alternative as far as getting clothes washed, because I can like leave the washer essentially in the bathroom, because it's like, hopefully it's not gonna be super wide. Hopefully it's just long, and I can maybe fit the dryer in there. I don't know, but like I have to figure it out, of course. But this shit stressed me the fuck out. What the fuck is what the fuck's going on? Oh, it's because the other thing is doing this. Yes, the Yo Mama guy followed me anyways, which was cool. But fuck, I think I like added Throne as well. I need to find it. It's in replies. There's that one. Asking them to check my last post. Basically, I want to thank the person who gifted this, but I'm probably not gonna get it, or it's gonna take me a while to get it, and I don't know what the alternative is. I've already added Amazon and FedEx to try to get this done. Like, it was not good. Not good in the slightest. It pissed me off, unfortunately. Yeah, but that's where I'm currently at with that. This is very stressful to see. Oh, I got a Throne gift, and all of a sudden it's going to the wrong place. Needless to say, I wasn't very surprised. Actually, I was very surprised, but it still sucked. It still sucked. Hopefully something happens soon. where it's not gonna like be an issue. Bath. I don't even have a washboard. If I had one, it might be less of like an issue. There we go. Alright, so I have the room created for people who want to join if they want to. Up to you. It's been a little bit since I've played, so might want to take a look at a couple things. Magic Realm Key? What the fuck was I even doing? It's supposed to be the Yu-Gi-Oh thing. Get confused. What the fuck? Delivery missions. Oh, I see. Yeah, cell provider doesn't like your apartment. Damn. Well, you have a good night. Thank you for stopping by, Hypno. Hopefully my whole situation gets resolved. Oh, hello, Lee. Oh, I changed the quest then. Oh. Somebody left the hub. Under strength. No. Huh? They say no about. What are you saying no about? Like, what the hell? So, what the hell's going on? So where's this other hunter at? Where are they at? Did they like DC or something? I don't see them. Well, I wanted to play online. I guess I could just... I guess I could just play the village quests until things happen. I still need to do that. Oh, I might change to something else. Let's do this. I could do the gathering quest like later. I say that, but where the fuck are you supposed to go? Okay. I don't know what's going on with people. You know, just let me know if you're playing online and we can get that done. I definitely might look into like Vinian or Warudo. I might try to get Vinian to work though. Better option. Okay. Okay. Alright, hopefully I have a decent weapon to kind of carry me through these village quests. The only thing that I do like is the village quests, or like the beginning quest for like mandatory for wilds. Everything else was kind of garbage though. Honestly, like 8 of these. The fact that I did most of the hub quests and essentially completed the hub story. Outside like maybe the bonus stuff is crazy. Before I even did most of the village quests. This is also a different way to play the game. Through OBS, rather than through like a dedicated monitor. So far it's fine though. It's running at 60. It is going through capture cardception though. Because the computer's going to a capture card, and so is the console. But I'm getting no latency because of the way it's set up. I hope by tomorrow, or at least later on today, that I get like a call or something from FedEx or something like that. But yeah, I don't even have a bathtub. I just have a shower, so I couldn't even use a washboard like that. I'd have to get like a big ass bucket. Oh, Jag, yeah, not Jag, okay. Okay. Wolfango. Why the fuck couldn't Wilds and World have like a similar thing going on? Like with World, you had to like mod it in to make sure everybody could be in like the same hub area and do the quests and stuff like that, like how it should be. Then Wilds is kind of even more different because you have to like complete the you have to be like you have to complete certain things. There we go. At least I think the difference between like now and like back then when I was playing Monster Hunter all the time is I don't have people like fucking trying to harass me now. And even if I did, they would be deleted, eviscerated, obliterated. We're not gonna worry about that though. We're just gonna run through these levels because I can't really think of anything else at the moment outside of maybe wanting to play some stuff online. There are some unlocks I do need to get though, so. I don't really care much about the Prowler shit. Not at the moment, at least. Kill 20 Velociprey. I did see something like the whole Zendaya situation. She made another statement lately, and it is basically like saying how it is. Like maybe it is something that they probably should have said sooner, rather than crashing out. But I mean, it's like an in the moment kind of thing with them. Can't blame them. What I fucking don't like about basically what I don't like about like what some of the VTubing community, not everybody does this obviously, but some of the VTuber community will go out of their way just to shit on people so they can get their brownie points. It's like, come on. There's no amount of like internet brownie points you're gonna get. It's very toxic. Like it's no better than like the FGC doing it as well, because I remember they did it for a while, and then until they got their like, I mean they still kind of do it, but every community has a thing that they do to an extent. Like it's like every single one of them. I just think like the whole Zendaya situation could have been avoided if somebody just didn't fucking say anything really. It's just like, yeah, there's commander uniforms. People have commander outfits and uniforms all the time with VTubing. There's quite a few of them that, what the fuck? Oh, okay. Those are not cool fangos. I was like, what the hell? But a lot of people have like commander uniforms all the time with VTubing, whether it's like space commander or like military commander. It's like not a... I guess it kind of skirts the line on like if you're being political or not, or like somewhat says that. But you always have like somebody saying like things about people. Like I've said plenty about it on Twitter and how I think it's fucking stupid. Like it's a it'd be a whole lot different if the imagery was there. But it literally has nothing to do with that. It was literally like Azure Lane and then whatever anime else that this person was like, you know, using as an inspiration. And not only that, this was like a thing that they did like 5 years ago too. Nobody said anything to them about it. Like, if there's like a problem that somebody has, they need to say something like in DMs immediately, rather than, oh, let me wait 5 years and then create an issue of it because now you're a super popular VTuber. And now people have this notion to just basically how the whole the whole culture around VTubing has kind of changed a little bit. Because I've been VTubing since 2021. So I've been VTubing for about as long as these other, you know, motherfuckers have been doing that. So like, I've been VTubing for like a while. And of course I've learned things about myself about VTubing, you know, in a good way. But like some people have like done a lot of bad things over time too, which is very, you know, that's where you start hitting the controversy. Like there's of course people who could play dumb in the VTubing community, like, oh, I didn't know, I wasn't very like you knew, like you've been in the VTubing community for how long, and you didn't see like 5 other people have that issue, or it was like, oh, you know, 5 other people didn't have this problem, why does this person specifically have the problem? Oh, it's because they're super popular. That's why, or it's like, oh, these other people have like issues too. These other people have issues too, and their issues kind of superseded what the other problem was. This person never had issues in the community until all of a sudden now. It's basically like, and I hated this when I was younger because my grandparents would do this to me. It's not an issue until somebody makes it an issue. Now, that's not saying you know, you gotta use fucking common sense. Like, not every military uniform is going to essentially be that, right? Like, they might all share common themes because it's the fucking military. It's a standard issue thing with like caps and like the whole controversy was over a fucking hat. That's what the controversy was. But people were not educated enough to know that the US had hats like that, the Canada had hats like that, Japan had hats like that 100%, and, you know, and other places had hats like that too. Like, it's a standard hat, right? Like, they might have had slight variations with like how it was made and shit, but it's just a fucking hat. Like, they weren't even talking about like the other things as much, at least. What the fuck is this? Oh, it's a Velocidrome. I could kill him. Yeah, it's a hat. What's up, Kaido? How you doing? Like, people on the people in the VTubing community. I'm gonna turn the music. I'm gonna turn the audio down on OBS for a little bit. All right, but the people in the VTubing community are arguing over a fucking hat, causing Zentreya to crash out because Zentreya doesn't want to get harassed over it. Zentreya had the same outfit, or a very similar one, when she started VTubing. Why is it all of a sudden a problem, you know? It's not like she's fucking going out of her way to say some horrible shit like some actual VTubers who do align themselves with that bad shit do. But yet nobody said anything about them too much. They didn't try to push that too much, at least initially. Like, if you're gonna get one, you might as well get them all. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna, like, you know, group one person in with them, you might as well just get them all. And just make it a taboo to use a military outfit in VTubing, if you're gonna do it like that. But that's not gonna happen. That's like trying to say, oh, you can't wear a fucking beanie and a hoodie for VTubing, when I know over 90% of VTubers have a beanie or at least a hoodie for their VTuber model, at least one point or another. That's why I think the whole like Zentreya hat controversy or costume controversy is just fucking stupid. And I'm probably one of the few people in the community who will even say that, because it's the only thing worth saying. Like, there isn't really... Oh yeah, I forgot you don't get unlimited white stones in this game. Oh well. But it's not like, it's, you know, you gotta have common sense with this kind of shit too. Because you'll have people online, because like, you know, right now we're all anonymous, right? Like, the only good thing that would have come from ID verification is these people would stop doing that shit. Because now their online identity is tied to their real life identity. If they're not already showing their face, by the way, that is the caveat. And even then, it is what it is. But I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want it at all. I've had my fair share of, like, I know what it feels to be harassed. It's not good. It's not a good feeling to be harassed, but like, these people who are harassing these VTubers over some various shit expect you to like curl up in the fetal position and fucking just give in. Like, no. This is Twitter we're talking about. Don't apologize for something that you did nothing wrong about. Like me apologizing about the whole throne problem. Well, that's my problem because I didn't update my address. So that's a very valid thing to apologize about, because now somebody who spent their money, I probably won't get that. I probably either won't get the washer and dryer, or it's gonna take a long time, or it's gonna take, I'm gonna play like hell to get it, you know? That's gonna be the difference between that. Or if it's like somebody doing something like actually bad. Now, yeah, it's like, don't apologize for things that you did nothing wrong about. It's not worth the time to do that. Because imagine like having to apologize for every little single thing you've done. Like, everybody has done something fucking horrible, right? But they haven't like done it so bad to where it's like, you know, irredeemable, hopefully. Like, I remember in the past, in 2016, I was the most toxic motherfucker at the time, right? But I've kind of grew out of that, because like, after a while I kind of realized, well, this is the internet. You gotta have to watch what you're saying on the internet, because it's gonna come back to you. And lo and behold, and like, when the COVID happened, it started coming back to a lot of people, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe my theory was right, you know? It's like, people have to have like a certain, you have to have some humility when it comes to this. Like, when people say you need to be humble about things, you kind of do. but it needs to be authentic, because like, you know, there are times where you have to be an asshole. That's just a human thing. Like, I've been assholes to people online, even this year, because it was warranted. Because I had reasons to back it up as to why I had to be an asshole, right? It's not gonna be like, oh, I'm just doing this for no reason. I'm clout chasing. Like, I don't do that. I don't clout chase. There's literally no benefit to that. There's actually a huge drop off when you take a look at Twitter, especially, and I've seen this over time. There's a huge drop off when you start looking at takes on Twitter, and it doesn't matter. Like, even if this is considered a hot take, this is still the truth. If you are a high profile VTuber or streamer and you start making shitty takes online, well, that's all you better be doing, and you better double down every single fucking time. Because if you don't double down every single fucking time and you start changing how you're acting and pulling in iDubbbz, right? Which, that's a horrible example, but it's the closest thing I could think of at the moment. Where you have your community be so toxic, you turn right around and go, oh, I don't want my community to be toxic. It could be really hard for you to do that. You're either going to end up weeding out everybody, or you're going to end up just destroying your whole brand. Like, some people have their brands for that. It's not the greatest thing in the world, obviously, because I don't do that shit. Like, people's chats can be toxic for different reasons too. Like, before I was a VTuber, when I started being a VTuber, my whole chat was being toxic toward me. Like, oh, what is this shit? You should stop doing this shit. Well, I didn't stop because I wanted to keep doing it, because I like doing it. Because I basically put my foot down, like, this is what I want to do. This isn't like me going, oh, I'm tired. Like, you have these grifters. One of the things you don't want to do is you don't want to be a grifter. You got to be able to, like, identify. You got to be able to identify that. At least do your best to identify it. Because you'll start seeing all these streamers who are grifters, is what I meant to say. And you see these VTubers who are grifters as well. And what's going to happen is they're going to be all the way up here to be super popular because they're good at grifting. And then you're going to have, they're going to have a drop off. Okay, there's my other hand. They're going to have a drop off, right? So it's going to be like right here. And then all of a sudden, what's going to happen is when they start grifting, you know, they're going to be really popular for a while. But eventually they're going to get tired of grifting. They're going to actually get mentally tired of it. And they're like, I don't know, maybe I need to take a break. Then they kind of knocks themselves down a peg. And people are going to start seeing like, oh, wait a minute, this person isn't who they're saying they are. This person is kind of just doing this as a performance art. And they keep digging themselves deeper and deeper and deeper in that hole. And it's going to happen to what's going to happen is they're going to get canceled. Or they're going to end up graduating. Or they're going to end up doing something like something fucking stupid. Which is basically what you want to stay away from. Like, if you're going to grift, you better just fucking go all in. And hope you don't get banned on these fucking platforms. The thing is, like, if you stop grifting, right? This is how grifters, like, this is the one thing that grifters can't keep up with most of the time. Unless they're really good at it. If they stop grifting and they want to change things up and, you know, make their community better and stuff, that might help a little bit. But it's definitely going to cause a big shift, because not everybody who you were fans with that you were grifting for, now they hate you. They fucking hate your ass now. Some of them might move over to a less toxic community, but the people who were like there with you trying to call you based and all that shit because you were grifting, now they fucking hate you. Now they are your detractors, right? Because you did things, because you basically originally you were doubling down on things, and now you're going to the point to where you are not wanting to double down on things. And you're willing to say, hey, this is how I really am. I don't want to, like, you know, do all this stuff, right? So it's like a very, it's like a teeter-totter, right? You're kind of going this teeter-totter now. And this is the thing that I've noticed for like a long time. It's like, Twitter is a good place to tell you on what not to fucking do. Don't do that shit, you know? But now you're on this teeter-totter. Because these people are great. Because you got these grifters who are, like, teeter-tottering around, you know, I don't want to be toxic, but yet I have to do things to get engagement bait on Twitter because I have Twitter Blue and I get monetized and I get paid for it. But grifting and engagement bait pays a lot of money and it pisses people off. And rage baiting people, you know, kind of like helps people out. So now they're teeter-tottering even more. And they keep going even more and more and more and more and more and more and more. And it gets even fucking worse because eventually it's going to be like this. They're going to drop off. They're going to fall off. They are going to completely fall off. they are going to like literally like people who like them aren't gonna like them anymore because they were, you know, no longer grifting, so they no longer see them like, oh, this person was doing this performance. Then the people who were originally being their you know, fans at the time, well, that issue could also be attributed to the result of like the other grifting part. Because if not, now you have the people who hate you, right? Now you have your fans who, you know, because you don't like do things as much, because the mentality of your grifting situation has actually went to your head. And now you have people who are like either going to this point in time where they're having like problems trying to keep up with everything because they grift so much, or they just completely stop VTubing and streaming altogether because they kind of reached their peak and now they can't get the same level of attention that they did before. So they do something like another VTuber did recently, just to try to grift off the situation because they know nothing about what's going on. And the problem with that is whenever they are trying to do something like that, it can create more problems for themselves too. So that's why if you're gonna make a comment on Twitter, right, you need to make sure that that's the comment that you wanted to make. Now, I've said some stupid things on Twitter, right? I've plenty of stupid things, so I'm not going to say I'm perfect or anything. What the fuck does do? Stop. And I've said plenty of stupid things on Twitter, right? But I've at least checked myself, because if I feel like I don't agree with that, or I'll just fucking delete the tweet. I don't care. It's Twitter. Who cares? It's a public forum full of people who are either the best people in the world or the worst people in the world. There's like there's no in between. This is a forum. Just don't say anything fucking really bad that puts you on the blacklist, or don't do anything really bad that puts you on the blacklist. But like when you're grifting, it kind of lets you, like, you're kind of riding that line. What the fuck's my other hand? What the fuck? but you're kind of like riding that line. And you don't want to be riding that line. You want to avoid riding the line. You actually want to be behind the line. You actually want to be not on the grifting side of things. You actually don't want to be a grifter at all, and you kind of just want to be like stable, because then you don't have to worry about grifters, and the grifters can kind of just like fuck off. So now you're here, right? And if you're not grifting, you're just doing what you like to do, people's public perception of you won't change, because you're not being a piece of shit. I said a lot, but it's the fucking truth. And was I throwing shade at a lot of things that I've seen in the VTuber community? Of course I was. And that's because it's warranted, and I'm telling the truth. But the TLDR is, don't be a grifter. Just you know, if you're VTubing, try to stay out of drama as much as you can. You might find yourself in drama as well every now and then. That's a normal thing. It's a human thing. But try to stay out of drama. Try to keep doing your own thing, and just keep doing that. That is the best advice I can give anybody who wants to be a VTuber or a streamer. Because the moment you start going into drama, then people are going to start drama farming you. Then people are going to start doing things like reporting you on their little channels. And then it's going to create this endless cycle. It's going to create this endless cycle of stress. People are going to start questioning you. People are going to start digging into your tweets. People are going to start doing a lot of things. They're going to try to find out everything they can about you just to try to get one thing over you. Which is a thing that happens all the time on the internet, of course. It's essentially an internet background check that the communities do on you. Now, there are companies that can also do these background checks. You got an apprenticeship? Yo, what is up? Cinema. Whoa. Zoe. Nice. You got an apprenticeship. That's really cool. Cool. But yeah, like you don't want to fall into the trap. Basically, it's just a trap. Once you fall into that trap, you can't get out of it, or it's going to take you a really hard time to get out of it. I had a similar, I'm not a grifter, but I had a similar experience when I was like a webcam streamer, because I was like, oh, I want to try out VTubing. And I started, and this was like under my new, like I did the transition from a streamer to a VTuber kind of wrong, but it kind of worked out at the end because we're here now. Because of my resolve, we're still here. So you'll get paid the studio and the community call. Yo, that's fucking crazy good, actually. Congratulations, Zoe. Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations on your transition. Wow, thank you. I meant to shout you out, but that didn't work. The stream elements is being a dickhead. There we go. Huh? I'm not taking much damage anyways, doesn't matter. Free in your country, by the way? Damn, I had to pay for... I couldn't even get through community college. So fucking expensive. There we go. There we go. Congratulations. Oh, also, why the fuck aren't you a VIP? Huh? Well, I wanted to make you a VIP, but apparently I don't have enough slots. You'll VIP me? Let me take a look at my VIP list. Let me see who's still active. This won't take long. But congratulations. But what I'm saying is, like, I used to be a webcam streamer and I had a really toxic community. Now, these people tried to say I had, like, they tried to say something about viewership, right? We're not going to talk about that. But I basically weeded them all out because they, you know, I just didn't want to deal with it anymore because they kept doing things to make me mad and upset. And some of those same people kept going back to these streams that I was as a VTuber, like, as of last year. Yeah. Busy day of drawing tomorrow? Yeah, you definitely do. Definitely got a busy day of drawing. But like, you know, I've been a VTuber for like a while, right? Basically. But the problem is, let's see here. Let's make sure we can do this real quick. Yeah. But basically, the whole story of me VTubing. So I've said like a couple of variations of this. It's basically the same thing. I was, you know, when I was first starting out as a streamer, and I was streaming for 4 years, I was under a different name, of course. You know, anybody who knows me knew what the name was. And I was doing that for a while, and people kind of liked what I was doing. Well, eventually, it went from, you know, decent streams to like a toxic community. Like anybody that I rated, the people that were in that community ended up getting banned on other people's streams. And I was like, I just can't you know, this is like 4 years off and on of this happening. I can't let this keep going. I kind of have to take more control over this because people are going to start saying that I'm doing this on purpose. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, I was doing a podcast at the time and I wanted to, you know, I was essentially joking about VTubing because I saw VTubers like, oh, this is, you know, this is kind of crazy to look at. Was not used to looking at this. It's kind of weird, actually. I start joking about it, poking fun at it. But then I start going like, okay, well, let me take a look into this real quick. And I see Zentreya streaming. And I'm like, okay, well, this is kind of interesting. Just playing like Spyro at the time. And I was just trying to like discover how basically this worked. So I basically start looking into it, and I start noticing that there are free VTubing programs. I noticed that there was a thing called Vroid. And for like the longest time, I was working on Vroid models because I didn't have any other means of really like getting a model at the time. And I was basically, you know, just trying to figure out how all this worked. So I start becoming a VTuber. I start VTubing off and on. And people hate it, right? They fucking hate it. They hate my guts. They're like, hey, you need to stop doing this. Like, this isn't you. You shouldn't be doing this. And, you know, at first I thought I was going to give into it. But then I met Sane. And Sane was like, oh, I like your model. You know, I like how things are going. You know, we could talk, you know, bounce off ideas and stuff, you know, because we were all basically still new to it. Well, the people that were in my community that would show up most of the time, they didn't like what I was doing. So they were trying basically anything they could to try to sell me to quit VTubing. So they're no longer in the community, of course. But I just wouldn't let that happen. At one point, people are going to be like, hey, they were like, hey, you need to stop doing it. You need to kill this VTubing stuff. You need to, you know, do what basically we want you to do. And I always had the thing where I was like, I don't want that. That's not me. Like, I'm a VTuber, right? I'm going to be a VTuber. I want to be a VTuber. VTubing is perfect for what I want to use it for. So I start looking even more into VTubing. This is like the time I was using Windows. I start looking even more into VTubing, and it's like, oh, this is a community. There's like a whole ass community, you know, even more so on Twitter. So I start getting acclimated to it, and I start meeting people like Babby Whiskey, Mike Woods, VT, and people like Blue Jay Minx. Like, I still remember a lot of these people. Like, I don't forget people very easily. But I've met like quite a lot of people, like Zwa and stuff, and they've all helped me out in their own little ways when it comes to VTubing. And, you know, eventually started meeting people like, you know, Zoe, Vinny, Zom, and basically more people recently as of like last year as well. So the problem is I was trying to appease people. So it's like, oh, you know, I was trying to keep most of that old community. Well, they didn't want that. Oh wow, these weapons are really good in low rank. Holy shit. But they didn't want that, right? They wanted basically me to stop doing what I wanted to do. Well, I got tired of people telling me what to do. And after a while, I basically put my foot down and like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Like you can't tell me what I can and cannot do. I'm an adult, first of all. Second of all, I have done quite a bit for this community so far, and I'm still doing a lot of things as of recently because of Linux, right? And I just like doing it. I just like doing it. So like, anybody who doesn't like the fact that I'm VTubing, well, tough shit. You know, there's nothing you're gonna do about it. I've been VTubing for like 5 years. I'm 5 years in. 5 years in deep, right? And I go and try telling somebody this, like, hey, I've been VTubing for a while. I'm very deep into this. They're like, oh, it's your fault for going into all this, and this. Like, it's not my fault for not giving a shit about what you're telling me about. Like, anybody who tries to say, oh, you need to stop doing what you want to do, well, as long as it's not against the law and you're having fun doing it, I mean, who the fuck's gonna tell you not to, right? Like, that's the issue I have with some people. Like, so, from, like, the old community. Because, like, every now and then they'll come in here, they'll try to start stuff. And they do it every once in a while, because they basically want to see me panic. The problem is, I've been streaming and VTubing for so long that now I'm in this basically mindset that if this does happen again, I'm just gonna ban them. I won't even say anything. And if I do say something, I'm making fun of them. Because they deserve it. Okay. Because you'll have people online, even like now, they basically say, "Oh, you shouldn't be VTubing. VTubing is cringe," and you're using your face is better. And like, that's not the whole like. You do understand how VTubing works, right? Like, if you don't have an issue using a VTuber for a webcam, why can't you just use a webcam? Well, it's based on personal preference. It's the fact I don't want to use a webcam directly anymore. Last time I used a webcam, it was basically a very bad experience. I ended up getting so mad, I ended up throwing a chair. A lot of things are very, like, I don't want to deal with this kind of shit. Leave me the fuck alone kind of thing. I get white stones here too. Yeah, we go. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not gonna like if you're gonna do something that you like to do, like it's like art, music, streaming, video editing, content creation. The people who are like basically throwing hate at you for no reason are either not real, or they are just a hateful bunch of people that is literally hateful to everybody else too. There's no in between. There's no in between with that. And like this is like a very real thing people have to deal with, especially with streaming. Like it's hard for everybody at a certain point. Like you will have people that will try to harass, defame, try to degrade. They'll do everything. This is like one of the reasons why I'm like saying like you need to keep your receipts somewhere of your conversations of people that either have been in controversies before and you've talked to, or you have had bad experiences with. Because like if something comes up and it's and you have like a valid conversation where they did something bad, well then you have another receipt to show people like, hey, you should probably avoid that person for a while until they get their head out of their ass. I'm not saying like it depends on like the situation too. Oh wow. Malfesto. Depends on the situation too. What am I supposed to fight? Oh, I gotta fight this thing? Oh, damn. No! Why? Oh god. The only thing I hate about the Malfesto is they like kind of confuse you. Uh-oh. I even had somebody even like say some fucking rude ass fucking things to me that pissed me the fuck off. Oh my god, can this fucking bird stop confusing me? So fucking annoying. There we go. I win. Like, if people start, like, causing you issues, just remove them. Like, I see a lot of people who are, like, still engaging with some people that they probably shouldn't be engaging with online. And, like, some people just need to remove people. Especially if it goes to a head to where they're basically just saying they don't care. Like, I've had people tell me they don't care, right? About like a lot of things, but I'm not like, at least as of right now, caring too much about what they said, because like, and at the end of the day, like, if you remove them from the equation, is it really something that's gonna like still be an issue later on? You gotta think about that too. I just think people need to like kinda, I don't know, when you hear something awesome. What's up? Oh, hello. Okay, but like people just need to understand the world can be cruel sometimes, and you just got to get through it. Because if you're giving into like people's bullshit for like no apparent reason, and you could prove that they have no, like, they don't know what they're talking about, well, it kind of doesn't make their opinion valid. Especially with like a lot of this anime stuff online. Like, I don't like censorship for one thing. Like, was there like a lot of problematic games on Steam that probably should have been removed? Yeah, sure. Yeah, like, I don't, that's fine, right? But everything after that, especially with the whole collective shout bullshit, that's still going, I think, to an extent. What the hell? Okay. You just gotta be able to like learn to separate yourself from some situations too, because some people are just not worth it. They're not worth it at all. Like, even if they try to say that they're worth it, you know, like, oh, I'm just giving my opinion. I don't think I asked. You know? Which, like, opinions are one thing, but it depends on the situation and the conversation and the context of the conversation as well. So basically what it really depends on. Because if people are doing things in bad faith, like you're seeing on Twitter most of the time, then it's definitely going to be like a very plain as day kind of thing. You just gotta be sure not to draw, like not to fall into the trap that some people try to set for you. Like if it's getting too good to be true in the conversation and they're doing it just to rage bait, just don't even continue the conversation. Now if they're doing it to damage your reputation, it's a different thing. Or they're saying things that are simply not true, that's also a different thing. Oh my god. Oh god. Help me. Help me. Oh, what the fuck. There we go. Last minute, got him. Well, I could talk to Blue in the face if I wanted to. Go. Did I win? Oh, Paul pass ticket. Okay, is the ball pass ticket here? So now what? Okay. Who the fuck's the ball pass ticket? Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, good. I'm assuming the supplies have arrived to get the ball pass ticket. I'm still kind of upset about the whole Micron thing. Like, who's gonna supply most of the world's RAM now? Like, there has to be a way to get that, like, to combat that. Like, the FTC should, like, block that. It should be like, no, you need to provide that as a service to people. Not because you simply don't want to. Or there needs to be somebody who needs to step up. Micron's not gonna do it. We need, like, somebody else to step up to create these RAM situations for people. Because, like, trying to do that is gonna be very hard. Like, it's gonna be instead, like, if you think it's hard to get a computer now, think about all the things that use RAM. Raspberry Pis use RAM, right? They use RAM. Consoles use RAM. Monitors and TVs use RAM. Fridges use RAM. Some microwaves use RAM. They're smart microwaves. Some cars use RAM as well. Phones use RAM. Any Apple product will use RAM. Like 90% of the electronics in the world is using RAM or VRAM. Or at least damn near close to that, right? It's completely fucked. It's completely fucked. And it's really bad when something like that happens, because now it's gonna be harder to get things, and that's really bad. It's so fucking bad. You can't even believe it. It's just so bad. What the hell? I'll be right back. I'm back. I really do hope that yeah. I hope that I get my washer and dryer, because I'd be really, really pissed if I couldn't get that. It's not for, at least for the time being. I'm a Rathian. Damn. Here's Sarathian. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. What? I cut the tail off. Pretty go. All right. We are going through the village quests. We are doing it. I shouldn't have messed with the webcam. I hit it in like a perfect spot. Cool. Okay. Huh? Like, what the fuck happened to my hand? What's going on with this hand here? Okay, I see now. Wait, what happened to this one? Okay. I'll go auto look at camera. Control E. Oh, I see. Means I'm always looking at the camera. Hello. Okay. I can Alt S. Okay. Hmm. I see. Okay. Shoulder adjust. Oh yeah, I can move my shoulders. Many VTubers can do this. There was like a joke a long time ago where you couldn't move your shoulders. Well, now you can. Many VTubers can move their shoulders like this. Oh. Constraining the tracking region kind of makes this better, actually, I think. Ooh. Okay, so keeping this constrained tracking region actually is better. Because now, like, I can pull my hands up sooner, I think. Oh. Independent web worker, huh? This makes it better. Hame, hame, Whoa, what the fuck happened? Don't want to block that. Don't want to do that. I think the CPU usage kind of went up a little bit. Just a tiny bit. But the hand tracking's better. That's honestly good too. You know. It's getting late for me, so I might just end the stream. Then I'll be back later tonight or today. I know I'll be back on later with something like this. So I'm gonna end the stream.